Hey there, my name is Asta Tall, and there are 3 things you should know about me. I love food, I'm obsessed with history, and I travel whenever I can. And what I love about food is that each dish has a story, and with every bite you get to know a little bit more about history. And that's why I'm here in Lamu, to learn more about Swahili cuisine. But before I dive right in, I need to learn a bit more about this unique culture. Lamu is an archipelago in the Indian Ocean, so if you want to get around, boats are your best bet. I made my way to Lamu town, the biggest one on the archipelago. Walking through Old Town, the island's history seemed etched everywhere. Like its name suggests, Old Town has a long history. Actually, it's the oldest Swahili settlement in East Africa and a UNESCO World Heritage Site. The more I wandered, the more curious I became, so I made my way to the center of town to find Lamu Fort. Like much of Lamu Island, the fort has undergone so many transformations. For centuries, it protected the island from enemies. Then it became a prison until 1984. Now it's not only a museum, but a community gathering point. I'm here to meet Mohammed Mwenje. He's not your traditional curator. He doesn't just study the island's history and preserve its treasured buildings, he engages with the community, finding it just as important to preserve Lamu's distinct culture. Can you tell me a bit more about the history of Lamu and all the cultures that have visited the island?
So from the early onset, Lamu starts to contact or connect or relate to its other neighbors within the coast, the other Swahili settlements. And through that, you can see the transfer of knowledge. And at a later period, the East African coast starts to trade. The need to trade between different peoples across the globe is actually what brought the contact. Possibly the earliest people to reach this part of East Africa were maybe the people from the Arabian Peninsula. And they had a very profound impact.
When it came to the food, how exactly did those cultures influence the food?
Yeah, the people say this, that Swahili culture has a very high affinity for flair. And so I think it was able actually to sort of adapt what the visitors came with and make it its own. So you will find that most of the spices and foodstuffs that were copied from outside, they are no longer being viewed as foreign. They've been accepted as being Swahili. We can name quite a number of range of foods which are actually borrowed from the Indian subcontinent, but have been wholly, fully adapted by the Swahili people, and they've made it their own. Swahili cuisine also resonates in different facets of its culture. So whenever they have a grand ceremony, for example, you need to prepare something very nice for the visitors, and biryani just fits the bill. And it has been adapted, and whenever it is mentioned, people immediately reflect upon an occasion, be it celebration of just a simple Friday, because Friday is an important day in the Muslim week. So just having lunch on Friday is an important occasion.
Curious to learn more about biryani, I head out of Lamu Fort. For 10 years, Island Dishes has been tucked away in the alleys of Lamu town. Mwalimu Athman, who everyone calls teacher, prides himself on having mastered the art of making a great biryani. Before serving his biryani to customers, teacher wakes up early to grab fresh ingredients. To make biryani, you'll need ingredients like tomatoes, potatoes, and onions. When it comes to biryani, you can use many different types of meat. Every Friday, teacher gives his loyal customers a choice of beef or chicken biryani. And if you want to make a true Swahili biryani, you'll need thinly sliced onions, which are fried and saved for later to add to the stew. Yellow food coloring powder is added to potatoes, which are also fried. Biryani has two main components, the stew and rice. The rice also has a yellow tinge to it, but that comes from the saffron. At Island Dishes, teacher cooks his chicken before adding it to the stew. In the stew, ginger, garlic, tomatoes, tamarind, and yogurt are all mixed together. And of course, you can't forget the spices. Turmeric, curry powder, and black pepper are all mixed together to give the dish its beautiful flavor. Once the cooking is done, all that's left to do is for customers to dig in to a steaming plate of biryani.
One thing I love about being African is that we take everything that we've learned from our culture and our history to make something new. Now I'm going to meet a chef who's doing just that. He's taking everything that he's learned from Swahili cuisine to create his own signature dishes.
Yes.
Hey Tony,
Hi, Asta.
how are you?
I'm fine.
I heard you're the man to see about spices.
Yes.
Okay, I need to learn more about this.
You
Come on,
You are at the correct place.
let's go.
I am Anton Manyama Mbwana and I am 48. I like Swahili flavors because first, they are different from Western food. Their flavors are quite different and you can play with the flavors. But what inspired me, I wanted to make my own Swahili sauce so that to be part of the Swahili people who are making Swahili food. I used to make Swahili food since when I was a young boy. It's my grandmother who inspired me to cooking. After there, my elder sister stepped in because we had only one sister. In fact, my sister was the first person to teach me how to make a chapati. And that was very great because I am still today, I'm using that knowledge. There's a secret he gave me and I use that secret till now. Completing my 4 years course, that is secondary education, I was taken by my cousin from Kilifi to Malindi. There was another guy who had been doing renovation. Though my job was not to cook, but after helping those people who are doing renovation, I used to run to the kitchen. So I was telling the chefs, because I had that idea of cooking. Okay, I'm here, use me. So this one gives you a job to do, chopping onion, chopping some basil maybe. After like 2 months on doing that, the director of that particular hotel, restaurant, was inspired by what I was doing. So he told me if I would like to give me a job. And I said yes. And the first job they gave me was cleaning the garden. But after cleaning the garden, if I finish my job, I run to the kitchen. In 1996, I became a chef at Peponi. Our head chef was not feeling well for about 6 months, so the time was chosen to lead the group as a chef. I stepped and I did it. So everyone got inspired by me, how I drove them at the kitchen, how I solved the problems. So by that time, I knew now I've become a chef. You know, a cook and a chef, they're two different people. A chef can invent a meal, But a cook is there being given a certain food to cook. The time I was chef at a very big restaurant, well known worldwide. When I came out of there and working for the homes, at the hotel, there's menu to be followed. There's some regulations to be followed. But with the homes, you know you are the one to do everything. So there's freedom cooking for the homes. The butcher seafood sauce is so special to me because it's my invention and I like it. And I always like to expose that one so that people will know that I am really a chef who can make things happen.
Hey, Tony.
Hey,
How are you?
I'm fine.
You're working hard in this kitchen, aren't you?
Of course, yes. I want to please my clients.
I'm sure we will be more than happy. Are these the same chapatis that you said your sister taught you how to make?
Yes.
Have you changed anything with them? This is the original.
This is the original, which my sister taught me.
Do you take a lot of family secrets back to the kitchen?
To the loved one. Yeah, not all.
Does it make you feel like they're here in the kitchen with you?
Of course, yes. In fact, we are talking the way my sister used to talk.
Really?
And
Just
if
like
I-
this?
Yeah, and if I mess,
What happened when you
fumes.
messed up?
it fumes.
Ooh.
Because she wanted me to do it perfectly.
It has to be perfect.
Mm.
Well, that's good. Look at you, you're a chef now. That was
Yeah.
your first training, right?
Yeah, sure.
Now, is this the special buchi sauce seafood?
Yes.
I got all dressed up for it.
Yeah.
I'm really excited for this. You look like you're really, really busy. I'm gonna go get out of your hair and sit at the table and try to wait patiently for this.
You will wait patient for me at the table and see. It will come as a surprise.
You're the boss here.
Thank
You're
you.
the boss here.
Thank you.
All right.
Hey guys.
Hey, Tony, how are you?
Fine.
Do we finally get to taste this too?
Of course, yes.
All right, tell us what we have there.
Here we have chapati. We have butcher seafood sauce. We have coconut beans and coconut rice. I think with the combination of this, we have good time. We'll enjoy it.
I'm so
Welcome.
excited for this, our little fine dining special treat. How is it?
That's amazing.
I love the fish.
Well, smelling it cooking was quite hard. Okay. Not tuck in the kitchen. Tony.
Tony.
Cheers indeed to Tony and an amazing adventure in Lamu. While I'm sad to say goodbye, I can't wait to eat my way around Africa.